And the race is underway. Charles Leclerc leads away from pole position, but Alex Albon tries to go around the outside, gets a little bit of a swapper on, and in fact that might give the opportunity to El Reguiri here up the hill, but no, Alex just about holds on to second position. It is Charles. Oh, and Alex gets a bit more of a smash from behind. There's lots of wheel banging as El Reguiri tries to get through in the Haas car. Into the hairpin we go. It is Charles Leclerc ahead of Alex Albon, then El Reguiri, Maxime, average F1 consumer. The top five has not changed. Behind that, Chesnoid, Villeneuve, Diogo Jota are jostling for position out there, and Liam Kalevi was last, but has actually got ahead of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who I think had some kind of lap one, turn one incident, unfortunately. Alex Albon under pressure here on the first lap of 20. These will fly by. Quite a short lap round here, as you saw in qualifying. 1:09 was the fastest we saw. Of course, that with very low fuel and DRS. We've got a start replay that we can take a look at. So let's see what happened at the start. It was a pretty even getaway. In fact, Alex gets a little bit of a better launch off the line, but then Alex just cannot get the front end in. Gives El Reguiri a little bit of an opportunity up the hill, thinking, all right, there's no damage on. Let me try and swing one around the outside, perhaps. But Alex just trying to close, and then there was a bit more of a squeeze into the wall. As we also need to mention here that Alex Albon is on soft tyres, with Charles Leclerc on mediums. So this will be very interesting indeed. The top two are getting away. Actually, El Reguiri's made a mistake here, down to 6th. The driver that was tipped to potentially win this, Charles Leclerc giving him a proper recommendation at the top of the show. But El Reguiri has made a big mistake out there and is now down to 6th position. That is a big old send by the Red Bull. As we now take a look at another replay, I believe this might well be El Reguiri. 3rd position, was losing touch with the drivers, and oh my goodness me, just loses the back end with the medium tyre. Perhaps expected a bit more grip from the rear. Got a bit trigger happy on the throttle. El Rey now down to 6th position, but the battle is at the front. We need to see this. Oh, is that a bit of a mistake from Charles Leclerc? I think it might have been, as we now head down the straight. Lap 2 of 20, and that's DRS wide open, remember. DRS is enabled after lap 2. It is a fastest lap of the race for Alex, of course, on those soft tyres. This is where he needs to make it work. You've got screaming going on there. Alex laughing away. These two absolutely, categorically want to win this event. There's no fun here. They might be laughing, but deep down, they do not want to come second. So fully expect a bit of wheel banging as we see a bit more wheel banging. That's Diogo Jota there getting up to 6th position. Love that from the EAFC Pro, and of course, well-famed footballer Diogo Jota up to 6th, fighting Chesnoid Gaming. As I'm loving hearing all of the background screaming that's going on between the drivers. Perhaps we'll get a bit of a snippet into that at some point as well. But it's lap 3 of 20. And it's a 1.2 second gap now. Leclerc and Albon, despite the soft tyres for the Williams driver, equal cars of course. Alex is losing a bit of time, but I imagine some warnings might come out for corner cutting, and I think you can see the reaction there. We caught a glimpse of Alex absolutely flying over the chicane, and he's trying to get back within DRS. I'm fully expecting some more tokens to be used when it comes to corner cutting. That's what I'm going to call them today. We've got a replay of Chesnoid overtaking, I believe it'll be Diogo Jota. Let's have a look here. So this was where the Mercedes driver Diogo Jota got through on Chesnoid. It was a bit of a mistake into turn 1. But is there another move coming at some point? Chesnoid Gaming, well known for his content that he makes on EAFC, but also is a F1 fan himself as well, and fighting Diogo Jota, and that's the move down the inside from Chesnoid Gaming. Lovely move in the Red Bull. As mentioned at the top of the show, Diogo Jota owns an esports team and has a very strong esports community. Gained attention by celebrating on a Premier League pitch with the EA Sports FC24 video game invitation, and then that celebration was then put into the game. That's how inspirational Diogo Jota is. We're still looking at Chesnoid in 6th on the main screen. You can see all the drivers in the mini boxes here as well.
I'm coming, Diogo.
Alex Albon, he's in the pits. He's in the pits. Alex Albon is in the pits already, not enjoying the soft tyres. Naomi, you've come in to say hello and to give me a bit of a breather. What have you seen so far that I haven't?
Well, I mean, I've been watching the same race as you have, Matt, so I don't think there's anything I haven't seen. But I wanted to say, Alex really has decided to pick up on his early strategy to distract Charles as much as he can. Have you seen how much he's been screaming at him?
Yes, it's been incredible. I would love to get some sort of insight into what they're actually saying to each other, because it's chaos out there.
It is, but he's clearly putting the pressure under him. I have to also say, shout out to Maxime. I mean, she's been keeping them honest.
Yeah, she really has.
Lovely to see a woman up there potentially on the podium. I don't want to jinx her because we still got quite a way to go in this race.
Yeah, Maxime, one of the biggest female motorsport gaming creators in the Netherlands. And she's doing a fantastic job out there. She's been involved in many other F1 events as well. So great to see that, as that is a battle between the two footballers. They have met on track, and that's a move down the inside from Aubameyang. Is he going to make it stick? There's more contact. They practically come to a stop before the hairpin, but it is Aubameyang that gets ahead of the hairpin against Jota. And in fact, Jota was the quicker driver at the moment, but of course there has been a pit stop, I believe, for Jota, at least a massive mistake. I'm not sure. There is Pierre smiling away and is actually coming under a bit of pressure once again. Out of the tunnel we go. Does Jota send it to the inside? No, instead just goes straight into the rear diffuser of the McLaren of Aubameyang. Lots more shrieking going on. Charles Leclerc's in the pits actually as well here. And is Alex Albon? I think we need to see this. It's very close, and Alex takes what will be the provisional net lead when the top three pit. Alex Albon with the undercut, and Charles, look at how he's wrestling the car at the moment. Charles was trying to cover off the undercut and didn't manage it. Let's try and listen in to our drivers, because it is absolute carnage out there.
Mate, why are you in medium? Alex, you're on medium tires. All right. I'm just gonna save my tires.
Okay, so they've settled down a little bit now. Oh, was that a mistake? That's a lockup from Alex there. And I'm loving how they are absolutely side by side. Charles gets through. A mistake from Alex round the final corner allows the Ferrari driver through. There's a bit of contact. Alex is doing everything and more to try and beat Charles here today. It is a great event between these two and the other drivers, of course. But great to see two Formula One drivers, of course, racing here in Monaco at the weekend. This is the race before the race on F1 24, and what a race we have got at the moment. Does Alex try up the inside? Not quite, Naomi. This is absolute carnage.
I cannot believe how much action we're seeing out on track there. I mean, the streets of Monaco are so narrow and you can get it wrong so very easily, but these guys are taking absolutely no prisoners and taking every opportunity to try to stick one down the inside.
And there might be one right now. Does Alex look? No, not this time. Charles is very aware to that. Maybe doesn't respect the white lines, does Alex Albon, but it is so close. Lap 7 of 20. And we have Maxime currently leading, because of course there has not been a pit stop for the top three. Alex is absolutely loving not respecting track limits and then just smashing into the wall to try and slow the car down. Bit of a loose rear end there from Charles Leclerc, as we have average F1 consumer into the pits for his one and only pit stop, which promotes Charles Leclerc up into a podium position. But of course, this is for the next race lead.
Well, I tell you what, these two are going to have to be very careful about how much they battle with each other on track, because whilst they are losing time, slowing each other down, you have, of course, got Maxime out there with a clear track, who's just setting really decent lap time. So they've got to be careful that she's not going to, undercut them.
Absolutely. One big mistake from Leclerc and Albon, and that will bring Maxime in with fresher tyres when she eventually tries to pit as well. It could make it very interesting. And I have a feeling that there might be a bit more contact between Leclerc and Albon in these next 12 laps. But we're taking a look at the race leader, Maxime MXM, yet to pit, but clear of the rest of the celebrities here today. Willeney, 5.7 seconds back in P2. Will he become a bit of a mobile chicane? Sorry, Will, I should have used a better phrase than that. But for Charles Leclerc and Alex Albon, who are only 2.6, 2.5 seconds behind, closing in very quickly on Willeney, and Alex is also getting very close once again. I'm just waiting for the move to be made. He's practically pushing Charles round the corner, but then clips his rear wheel. And is that Willenny? It is. I heard Willenny shrieking. He's in the wall. He's thrown away what was currently P2, and he has not pitted either. So unfortunately for Will, an avid F1 fan, has 5 million subscribers on YouTube. Great to see him here, but unfortunately crumbled at the end of lap 8. As we now take a look at Liam Kalevi, but now back to Willenny, and it's 2 tenths. It's 2 tenths between Leclerc and Albon. We need to see the fight once again. Oh, we're looking at them side by side. Just through the first sector we go. Up the inside goes Alex. Does he take what will be the lead? It is Alex Albon. The move on Charles Leclerc. They're laughing away. We love to see it. But Alex Albon gets through, and I'm sure Leclerc's not going to like that one, Naomi.
He's absolutely not going to like that, to be taking that victory away from him, potentially here on his home.
Oh, it's another move! Oh, it's more contact! Who's coming out on top? It's still Alex. But Charles absolutely did not enjoy that one and sent it. This is the replay on the left-hand side. Lovely work with the 2 boxes here. And oh, you can see how much they're wrestling the car, and Alex just went round the outside. But there's more! The live pictures put Charles ahead once again. And it is so good that we do not have any stewards in today, because I have a feeling that Maxime might win this by quite a margin if we did. But instead, it is great action here as we reach the halfway stage.
Fantastic. I mean, whoever said you can't overtake around Monaco? These guys are proving that it is absolutely possible. Charles has been trying to make his Ferrari as wide as possible to not let Alex through, but Alex just keeps finding a way through. This is invigorating racing.
It certainly is. There's back markers getting involved as well, and that's an Aston Martin who's in the wall. Up the inside again goes Alex on the Mercedes. Where's Charles in all of this? I think he's down the road. I think Alex has made a mistake there. He has indeed. And unfortunately, the big lunge at the hairpin has cost Alex 5.8 seconds. Will Charles bring his F1 compatriot back into this to try and have a little bit of a ding-dong, or will he drive away to win this 10-racer event? As we're going to get a replay now of what exactly happened with Alex Albon. He saw the back marker of Diogo Jota and thought, well, I have to get through. Oh, this is where he was losing time, knew he had to send it, and it just did not work out whatsoever for Alex Albon. Heartbreaking, but look at this. That's Maxime into the pits as we've got more contact at the back, and Liam's actually got a penalty, which is impressive considering how lenient we've got the rules. But that is Charles. He's slowed down. He's let Alex Albon back into the fight. Either that or Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's got in the way, one or the other, but instead we still have a fight.
I spy with my little eye. I mean, there is a little bit of Pierre Aubameyang maybe keeping... Ooh, there goes another move. Who would have thought?
Oh, they're still side by side. Who's coming out on top on lap 11? It's Charles. They're getting stuck. This is going to bring Maxime in. There's Maxime in the background. They are now ghosted within each other. It's a time trial whilst they sort each other out. And it looks like Leclerc's just got a better exit as we head into the tunnel. He does indeed. What great action.
I may not have seen Alex cut that chicane on the lap before, so I think he's trying every little trick in the book to try to close that gap to Charles.
He certainly is, but he's not got any penalties, thankfully for him, and this battle is raging on, and Aubameyang does get in the way a little bit. Leclerc leaves the door open, surprisingly, and Alex says thank you very much, but that was not the end of it. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang actually pulling away because of these two getting locked wheels. And I mean, goodness gracious me, this is F1 24 fun at its absolute finest.
Can you believe this? They are literally driving within each other. That's how close this battle is. Invigorating racing all day, but they've got to be careful, as I said from the beginning, because Maxime is definitely closing that gap. It's just down to 4 seconds now to Alex Albon, who's yet again in the DRS zone of Charles Leclerc.
Take a deep breath. We've still got another 8 laps to go. And oh, Aubameyang's getting in the way. And Alex is trying to squeeze through here. The McLaren driver, Aubameyang. Oh, goodness gracious me. Alex wall rides all the way round. He knows there's no damage on, so he can get away with it. And he stays very clearly within DRS of the Ferrari driver. It is frantic action. You don't know where to look. You just think it's calming down. And then another lunge comes out of one of these F1 drivers. What an event we've got going on here, Naomi.
What a fantastic event. It is, of course, the Monaco Grand Prix this weekend, and this is the virtual Monaco Grand Prix. I hope that our racing will have as much action this weekend, because this is honestly so exciting. They may be bending a few rules, but I think they're putting on a fantastic show. And I wonder, big wide moments from Charles over there, losing time out in front. He's got to just keep it clean if he wants to just drive away from Alex a little bit.
Struggling on the traction there out of the last few corners is both Charles and Alex, to be fair. Through turn 1 we go up the hill. Alex will be in the slipstream, but there will be nowhere to go. But then he'll look at the no damage rules and go, maybe there is somewhere to go. Does he try it round the outside? Absolutely not this time. Into the casino section we go. And Alex still dialed in, despite all the fun, despite all the contact, which there is another bit there. Will there be a send? No. Wow, very calm. Very composed from Albon that time.
Now, if anyone at home thought that sim racing wasn't intensive, did you just take a close-up look at Alex Albon there? He is sweating and it's been 13 laps, so this is as close as you're going to get to real racing.
Exactly, and this is just a 25% race. They are absolutely going for it. A little bit further back, we've got Maxime in 3rd place, doing a great job, losing a bit of time now to Leclerc and Albon after they've stopped battling. Then you've got Average F1 Consumer in 4th. Elray Geary hasn't made too much time up, considering I think dropped down to 6th at the start, as we now ride on board with Maxime in 3rd position, pushing on hard, using the Alex Albon line of not really respecting that chicane, but it's fine. We're all good. The rules are pretty much non-existent in this race as we head through the final corner, and Maxime fully dialed in a podium position at the moment.
See, this is where a race engineer could really come into play. Unfortunately, she doesn't have any contact with a race engineer right now, but if they would just tell her that the drivers in front are absolutely battling it out, that she just needs to set qualifying pace laps, she could absolutely close this gap down to them.
I still think she's got a chance. When we get to the later stages of this race, I feel as though Leclerc and Albon will get even more aggressive with each other, as Maxime negotiating this Monaco circuit beautifully. Of course, the first time we're seeing it on F1 24 as its current state, and it's great to see this absolutely in the flesh here in Monaco. You might not think it when you look at the studio, but we are indeed in Monte Carlo. That's how we've got these amazing celebrities and drivers involved in this event, as Maxime hard on the brakes into the chicane out of the tunnel, and you can see she is trying to push on now and try and close in on the gap, and the gap to Leclerc and Albon now 2.2 seconds. What's going on? I feel like I should go over there and say, guys, no, let's not have 2 seconds between each other. We want 2/10, or in fact ghosting within each other. That's where the entertainment lies. So Naomi's now left commentary and gone to speak to a driver. Naomi.
That's right, Matt. Oh, Diogo, blue flags. I'm catching you in the middle of this battle. How's it going out there? I mean, you've just gone into the pit, you put a set of softs on. Is this going to make the difference?
I hope so. I'm trying to make up some time. I've been round twice, so I'm just trying to make up for lost time, trying to get Will, if I can. He's put hard tyres on. I'm on the soft, so hopefully the softer compound can get me the extra time to close him back up again.
How's the whole experience of the race been for you so far? What's
fun
your goal?
So far, really fun. The goal was to not be last, so far we're doing really well, but I would like to get another position if I can. It's just a case of whether I can catch Will or not.
Okay, well, you're 7th so far, very far from last, so good luck. Go and get another position.
I'm going to do my best. Thank you, Naomi.
Back to you, Matt.
Great to hear from Chesnoid Gaming there, running in the Red Bull, as you can see. 7th position, had a couple of big incidents. Of course, Chesnoid Gaming, part of the EA Sports Creator Series on Twitch, has been a YouTuber and streamer for 12 years, so this is not new to him, and is a Cambridge United fan and presenter of their Goal of the Month competition. His first F1 memory, Chesnoid Gaming that is, was Damon Hill's World Championship winning moment in Suzuka in 1996. Of course, that was when Murray Walker had the iconic lump in his throat line. So we can see Will Ennie. We're riding on board with Will Ennie. Why don't we hear from Will Ennie?
Well, Will, you are kind of having a race of your own. You've got 23 seconds ahead of you, 23 seconds behind you. So how is it going out there?
It's going a lot better than I thought. Matt Gallagher actually taught me the cheats, and I've been bouncing off a couple of walls, so thank you to Matt for that. I probably should be about P7 or P8, but we're holding down P6 quite nicely. Chess is on softs though.
Exactly. So I've just come from Ches, and he's just said he's got the softs on, and his target is to come and get you. So you're going to let that happen?
No, but Chess probably driving at the walls. It might help.
Okay, well, I'll make sure to pass on the message to him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Willeney exposing me there for giving him a few tips about how you can get around Monaco a bit quicker with no damage, but that's fine. Still, he's really not applied it that well, as Charles Leclerc gets through the traffic in a slightly unorthodox way. The Mercedes driver of Diogo Jota was just getting in the way, and Charles said, you know what, that chicane does not exist anymore, as we now start lap 17 of 20. And it has calmed down. I feel like we might need to go and press the brake pedal of Charles Leclerc to bring these two back together again. With Alex, 2.6 seconds back now on the mediums. Those mediums are going to be wearing. They're going to be really struggling in these next few laps as Leclerc gets very close to the wall in this first sector. No improvements, of course, on his personal best. You can see on the top right-hand side of your screen a red sector. No improvements there. Yellow flag in sector 3. That's been cleared. Of course, if you're watching this, it's F1 24, which releases on the 31st of May. It's only 9 days' time. And if you're feeling impatient, you want it earlier, then pre-order the Champions Edition. You can get it 72 hours earlier than that. You can get involved with this game as soon as possible. That's a penalty for Alex Albon for corner cutting. I wonder what he's been up to, because it's now down to 2.3 seconds. So I have a feeling, although the rules are very lenient, he still wants to get involved here. And that's one way to do it, although he's made a mistake in that final corner and has lost half a second to Charles, as they are still shouting at each other. Let's take a look at the replay of Alex and what he's been up to. So, on the left-hand side, I locked up. That's what he'll say in his post-race interview. I locked up, FIA, please don't give me a penalty. And then smashes into the wall for good measure as well. It's great action out there. I'm sure Alex will still try and catch up, maybe add another penalty to the list. But unfortunately for him, Monaco is not an easy track to corner cut at either, let alone be faster. Naomi, you've joined me. You're back.
I am back. I have been out on the field distracting drivers as they drive. I mean, Alex said to us at the beginning of the game, that's what it's going to take around you. You need full focus around Monaco. They've had none of that. I mean, they've been laughing at each other. They've been screaming at each other. They've been cutting more and more chicanes, as we see them cut through the chicane there. And just having so much fun out there, though.
It's amazing to see Alex. He did that last corner cut, got a penalty. So he corner cut less. What's that no? I've heard Charles Leclerc say no, and he's made a massive error. What's happened? Alex Albon has now taken the lead of this race, of course, has that penalty, which he's going to be kicking himself for. But Charles Leclerc has made an error somewhere or got involved with a back marker. I heard it from where I'm standing, the shriek, the no that happened, and we've got a replay of what happened to the Ferrari driver. So we can see on the left-hand side, oh, is it Liam? Does Liam get in the way? Does Charles try around the outside? He does! Oh, there's more contact. I'm hearing it in the background, and you can see it on the right-hand side of your screen as well, as Charles and Alex come to blows once more. And what has happened to Alex Albon? I think he's been spun round. So Charles Leclerc, in fact, actually, Maxime has now joined this fight, 1.3 seconds behind Alex. Alex holding on to that penalty as well. May well see Maxime be promoted to P2, but it is all kicked off here. I think we're going to have to get a replay if we can of Leclerc and Albon in that final incident, because we were looking at another replay of another incident, because that is all this entire Grand Prix has been as we enter and are in the penultimate lap. We're riding on board with Charles Leclerc, our race leader, behind Willeney. Doesn't want to get involved in too many more incidents, as Willeney, a little bit of a lock-up there into Rascasse. As we now come round the final corner, Jota gets another 3-second penalty, but he's going to be happy that he's not finishing last. That was the thing he was saying. He hasn't actually raced on the steering wheel before, full stop. So a really decent performance from Jota. And there's more contact here. Geary and average F1 consumer coming to blows here. And now Geary is up to 4th at the moment. It's just, they have heard that there's no stewards and gone, okay then, fine, no rules, let's go, let's send it. And El Reguiri is in 4th position now. We're on the final lap of this Monaco Grand Prix. We're here in Monaco to celebrate EA Sports F1 24, which is out in only 9 days' time. So get ready for that if it's wet your taste buds at all, as here we have Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, the homeboy. He'll want to replicate this. Maybe not all of the contact, maybe not all of the corner cutting, but he certainly will want to replicate this weekend as the real-life Formula One goes to the streets of Monaco. It has been one of the most chaotic races I have ever seen in my entire life. I have heard the shrieking from all of the 10 drivers, but only one can be on the top step of the podium. He won in Vegas. He wins in Monte Carlo. Charles Leclerc wins this EA Sports F1 24, the 10 races event. What a drive!